Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to, I believe it is Saturday. Yes, Saturday in the Daily Antidote of Song. We are so excited to have you all here as part of our Immigration Week, celebrating global change, movement, innovation, and of course, we are also celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. So we have a lot to celebrate today, a lot to talk about, and we have with us in the room one of our absolute favorite people, Elise Witt. So we are in for an absolute treat today. She has brought us two songs because we're spoiled rotten. So first, let's say hello to everybody here in the room. Of course, a big hello to our artist, Elise Witt. Hello to Joe Rossi, our fearless leader. We love you. Mwah. Hello to Brian. Hello to Alcy. Hello to Annette. Hello to Deborah. Hello to Deli and Susan G and Dan in Vienna. Almost rhymes. Hello to Sue Sean and Cricket. Hello to Arlene in California. Hello to Kate in Charlottesville. Hello to Carlos and Aloysius. And hello to Luda in Victoria, BC, and Kathleen in Albuquerque. Hello to Hindi in Toronto. Hello to Dane. And hello to Sarah in Texas and Storm. And hello to Susan in Seattle. Hello to Ruth in Birmingham, England. Hello to Bob and one cinnamon bear, I think. Yep, there he is. Hello to Steve and Michelle. Hello to Caroline. Hello to Bonnie in Boise. Hello to Anne and Sheila in Florida. Hello to Toby. And hello to Bronwyn in Victoria. And hello to Carolyn in Boise. And Fred and Nancy. And hello, hello, hello. I'm waiting for a little chat box to stop blocking my screen so I can see your names. There you go. Hello. Hello to Trish, Hoda, Carolyn. And I think that is everybody who's in the room with us at the moment. But if I didn't get you on the hellos, I'll get you on the goodbyes. So it is time. It is time to bring in the wonderful, the incomparable Elise Witt. Elise, what is the first of two songs that you've brought for us today?
Good morning, Erin, and good morning, everyone from Pine Lake, Georgia, the lands of the Cherokee, the Choctaw, and the Creek, and my little farmette here in Pine Lake that I am stewarding my land. I wanted to begin with a trilingual song. And I know that everyone on the screen is trilingual, so there will be no trouble with it at all.
None at all. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I think we all speak at least 7 languages. Easy.
So only 3 of those today. The first one is English, and we're going to do it immediately with sign language, American Sign Language, ASL. And before I teach it, I just want to do a disclaimer, which is that I am not fluent in sign language, but I find it to be a wonderful language to work with, to teach music. And I find that it works really well with tiny children, with super hip teenagers, and with super hip adults like y'all. So it helps us to bring the words and the music into our body. So let's begin just by taking a nice big breath and pouring it down over ourselves. And then maybe grab a breath from down deep in the earth and pull it up through you, and then send it out to all the people here on this screens. It's so good to see everyone. So the words say you're going to make the letter O with both hands, and you're going to go O. Do it with your mouth and your hands. O. And then we're going to do the sign for beautiful. The words are, oh, what a lovely, but we're going to make the sign for beautiful thing. So we say, oh, what a lovely thing. And then we have a little cartoon bubble over our head where we're just picturing something happening. If the children, and for children, we want to just gather the children around us like we're about to tell a story. So we say, if the children of the earth, and for earth, we're going to make the sign for world. We make a W. And I will say that currently it is not really as accepted by ASL speakers to use letter words, but this is the way I learned it about 20 years ago, so I hope that'll work for us. So we say, if the children of the earth, and then we make the letter L and we draw it up through our body the way we did the breath. live together. So we have our hands in little okay signs and bring them together. And then we put our hands together and bring them down for peace. So try that whole thing. Oh, what a lovely thing if the children of the earth could live together in peace. So it sounds like this. Oh, what a lovely thing if the children of the earth could live together in peace. Try it. Oh, what a lovely thing if the children of the earth could live together in peace. We're going to do it one more time, and I want you to really get the sign into your body because we're going to add Spanish to the song. And unfortunately, we're going to use American Sign Language for it because that's the one that we've got in our bodies, but we're going to do all three languages. So let's try English one more time. Oh, what a lovely thing if the children of the earth could live together in peace. The Spanish says, qué lindo sería. Try that. Qué lindo sería si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir en paz. I'll break it down. Qué lindo sería si los niños de la tierra. That much again. Qué lindo sería si los niños de la tierra, and then we say pudieran. We got to use the subjunctive, all of you grammatical people. Pudieran vivir en paz. So let's try that with the melody. Here we go. Qué lindo sería si... Oops. Try it again. Sorry, I lost my place. Qué lindo sería. Thanks, Aaron. Si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir en paz. One more time, and then we're going to try it in harmony. Here we go. Qué lindo sería si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir en paz. So I told you at the beginning, this is called the peace round. Rounds are one of my favorite kinds of songs because we can all learn the same melody and then create instant harmony. Those of you that know me have probably learned this sign. This is the sign for harmony. So if you face your hands toward you and then bring your little fingers together, turn, 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 bring your elbows up, 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 and then twirl them around until you have the sign for together. So we know that this is just together, but this means harmony. So we're going to sing it as a round. It'll be a 3-part round. You can sing whichever part you like, and let's see how that's going to go.
Qué lindo sería si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir en paz.
Here's group 1.
Qué lindo
Group 2.
sería si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir. Si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir. Si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir en paz.
Beautiful. Oh, it's so lovely to see everyone signing. Wow.
That was
Gorgeous.
so gorgeous. And props to all of you for picking it up so quickly. I mean, Elise, you are a fantastic teacher, so no wonder we're getting it so fast. But this is just such a beautiful song, and what a simple and elegant and lovely message to now be able to kind of express in three different languages.
Absolutely.
How
And
handy.
you know, Erin, I've actually collected versions of this song in about, I don't know, like 27
Oh
languages.
my gosh.
Yeah, it's so fun because it's short and simple, right?
It
And
is, yeah. I remember singing it in with the Washington Rebels one year. We
mm,
almost always do a round for peace, and it's usually either this or Dona Nobis Pacem.
uh-huh.
But yeah, this is an absolutely great song to have in your repertoire in, okay,
Wonderful.
27 languages. That's our goal, 27 languages.
Yeah,
We're on it.
there. We'll get there.
So, speaking of this song and speaking of this week we've been talking about immigration, we've been talking about, kind of change, like moving from place to place, experiencing new people, new cultures. And now we're also thinking about and talking about Hispanic Heritage Month. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about what this song means to you and how this song sort of fits into all of that in your mind.
Yes, this is a song, as I said, I've collected different, not all at the same time, but over many years that I've been singing this song with different audiences, and especially with children because it's easy to learn. And many of you have met me before and know that I teach at the Global Village Project, a school for teenage refugee girls. And so one of the homeworks that I give them when we're farther along into the year is for them to maybe work with their families or people in their community to translate this song into their language. And then we teach it to each other. The girls teach it to each other and to me, of course. Um, and we're able to sing it in all of these languages. And one of the things that I love about language is not just the words and what they mean, because each language does have expressions and ways of saying things that are really untranslatable, right? But also, every language has its own music. And I don't mean the songs, I mean the musicality of the language. And I think the more that we wrap our mouths and our minds around different languages, the more that we open our vision and our minds and our communities to each other and to the differences that we all bring to come together in community. So language for me has been I guess one of the key things that has opened up the idea of connecting with people. I've talked about before, but I was born in Switzerland and my first language was German. So I learned English as a little girl when I was 4. And it made me so curious that there were these different ways of saying things. I don't know if I told this story before when I talked about my background, but I didn't speak at all in school, in nursery school for 6 months. And then I just started speaking English, right? That's, I think, weird, but what kids do. But I came home at Christmas and I started singing this song that we had learned. It was a Christmas song. And it was Rote Hose, Badewanne. And my parents were so perplexed why we were singing about red pants and a bathtub. Because I had heard Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. I had heard it as German words, which made sense to me, which was red pants and a bathtub. And literally, so, there's so much confusion and so much dialogue that can happen as we learn other languages. And I think that singing is one of the best ways. I've heard people, okay, so people who speak English as a second or third or fourth or seventh language, who have a very strong accent of their original language, but when they sing, they immediately have they sound exactly like what they've heard. It's like the Beatles, right? They have these Liverpool accents, and then when they sing in English, they've been listening to Muddy Waters and blues from Mississippi, and so they when we sing, we're able to recreate the sounds that we hear, that we don't always do when we're speaking. So not only is learning language a way to connect, but I think singing music from other cultures, of course, really understanding where those songs come from and what they are. But I think that as singers, all of us in here, of course, are singers, which is such a wonderful community. As singers, we have a special tool, a special language, if you will, to connect around the world, connect with each other.
That is such a good point. And I think such a huge part of that is that the way that we as humans are meant to learn language is the way that babies learn language. You talk to a little baby knowing that they cannot possibly understand everything you're saying, knowing that they cannot possibly answer you with their words, but you talk to them. And countless studies and just life experience have shown that they really do listen and they absorb some of it, and then they absorb a little more, but they're hearing us speak, and they're trying to recreate that experience with their own mouths. And I think that in this day of books and lesson plans and school and all of these things, listening to some of your favorite songs in your target language is one of the only ways that we learn language the way that we were meant to. And so yeah, you absolutely see the difference between people learning a language in that way versus learning a language in another way. It's
And
really important.
so many parents now actually use sign language as well to teach
Yeah,
language, which is so helpful and so useful.
it's so
Love,
tactile.
I love Storm said same with Japanese pop groups.
Yeah,
And
J-pop.
Yeah, and Korean.
K-pop as well, absolutely.
So that brings us to the exciting week that we have coming up.
It sure does. Could you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about it, because it really is incredibly exciting.
So I am very excited. I'm going to be hosting next week, and I have been given a carte blanche
Ooh.
to invite friends from all over the world. So it's called Global Voices Week. We're going to start off in Italy with Marilena Anzini, and she's going to teach us a beautiful song that she's also made a gorgeous video of, which we'll see. Then we're going to go to Ethiopia with Munit Mesfin, who, of course, we've all met here on Daily
Yes.
Road, and she's one of my favorites. And then we're going to go to Ecuador with Maria Tejada, who actually just moved to France because she's married to a Frenchman, but she is from Ecuador
Wow.
and is going to share an Ecuadorian song with us. Then we are going to go to Venezuela with Beomar Rojas, and he is going to teach us a Venezuelan calypso. And before I was talking with him, I had no idea that there was this special calypso music that developed in Venezuela.
So
Um,
cool.
yeah. And then something very strange, hilarious, and wonderful. On Friday, we're going to have Shruti Vishwanath from India. And she particularly requested to be on Friday because she said that it's Mahatma Gandhi's birthday. However, his birthday is on Saturday, but she's going to be on Saturday while she's with us on Friday. So we're
It
going to
can't
learn.
get more global than that.
I know. So Friday will be with Shruti, and then on Saturday, Lisette Rodés, who sang with me and her sister back, I think, in January from Cuba, she's going to teach us a beautiful song called "Damos Gracias," Give Thanks, that she wrote. And we're going to end the week with the fabulous Gitanjali Jain, who is living in Mexico. She has Mexican and Indian parents, and she's going to share probably a Nahuatl song from Mexico. So it's a pretty exciting week, and all of the people are choosing songs that we can learn. So they're not, 17 verses in languages that maybe not all of us speak, but they're ways that we can really have a little doorway into these different cultures. And I'm really excited to, a few of these people, a couple of these people are people that are new best friends that I've only met on Zoom. And then
we know all about new best friends you've only met on Zoom.
Exactly. And then some of them are people I've known a very long time. So it's going to be a really exciting week. And because it's Hispanic Heritage Month, right? Is it month or week?
I believe, yeah, month.
So there's a little bit of a focus on Spanish. And so I wanted to finish today with a song that's in Spanish, has a very simple chorus. Those of you that are familiar with Nueva Canción, the new song movement in Latin America, probably know this song. It's maybe one of the most famous songs. It's called Todo Cambia, Everything Changes. And it was written by a Chilean songwriter, Julio Numhauser, who left Chile in 1973 during the dictatorship. And he moved, I believe, to Switzerland, where this song was born, as was I. But he thereafter moved to Sweden, and believe it or not, he is now the ambassador, the Chilean ambassador to Sweden.
No kidding.
Such an amazing historical turnaround. And though I was warned not to do this, I am going to have to give credit to my wonderful friend, Carlos Schroeder, who is here with us today. He is from Argentina, Buenos Aires, and we met many, many years ago. I believe it was 1985. And he is the person who really got me introduced to so much of this Nueva Canción, new song movement from Latin America. And in particular, I will share with y'all in the chat later. If you want to watch, there's a beautiful video of Julio Numhauser and his son singing it in current times. And then a video of the great Mercedes Sosa, who is one of my favorite singers in the whole world. And she really, I think, made this song global. And then one more video of a choir in Australia singing it in Spanish and English with a beautiful translation. So this is Todo Cambia, and I'm going to call Mick, my partner in music, who is going to play the Spanish laúd. This is Mick Kinney, everyone. Mm-hmm. Can you hold the laúd up just a little bit? Yeah. Great. So your part goes like this. I'll just do the chorus first so they can hear it. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Try it. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. So that's the chorus, and it'll come in between every verse, and the Spanish words are in the chat, so please feel free to sing along. Here we go. Todo cambia. Ready? Cambia lo superficial, cambia también lo profundo, cambia el modo de pensar, cambia todo en este mundo, cambia el clima con los años, cambia el pastor su rebaño, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Here it is. Todo cambia, cambia, todo cambia, cambia el más fino brillante, de mano en mano su brillo, cambia el nido el pajarillo, cambia el el sentir un amante, cambia el rumbo el caminante, aunque esto le cause daño. Y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Cambia, cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia el sol en su carrera, cambió la noche subsiste, cambia la planta y se viste de verde en la primavera, cambia el pelaje la fiera, cambia el cabello el anciano, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Pero no cambia mi amor, por más lejos que me encuentre, ni el recuerdo ni el dolor de mi pueblo y de mi gente. Lo que cambió ayer tendrá que cambiar mañana, así como cambio yo en estas tierras lejanas. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia.
What a beautiful song, and what a beautiful sentiment. Everything does change. Everything changes, but everything stays the same in other ways.
The last verse is so amazing. It says, "But my love will never change, no matter how far away I find myself, nor will I ever forget my people or my land. And that which changed yesterday will change again tomorrow, even as I change in this foreign land that I find myself."
What a perfect and apt song for Immigration Week. And speaking briefly of immigration, you were talking about all of these wonderful artists that we're going to have next week during Global Voices Week. And we know that some of these artists that we know a little bit already, for example, Munit is Ethiopian, but she's currently living in the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were wondering how many people are going to be coming in from their native country, how many people are going to be coming in from a country that is not where they were originally born.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So Marilena is actually from Italy and is in Italy. Munit, of course, as you said, is from Ethiopia and lives in the DC area, right?
I think so.
Near you all. Maria Tejada is from Ecuador. She's married to a Frenchman and they've just moved to France. She has a little boy and he's just getting used to school and everything in French in France. Yeah. And Beomar Rojas absolutely had to leave Venezuela, which is in a terrible, terrible straits. He lives in Mexico. He's going to be coming to us from Cuernavaca, Mexico. We hope someday that he's going to move to Atlanta, but not sure. He's best friends with our friend Sonia Osillo, who was a guest with us back during Alternate Roots Week. Shruti lives in India and she is from India. Lisette, of course, lives in Atlanta and she is from Cuba. She still has a lot of family in Cuba, but is not able to live there. Yeah. And then Gitu is living in Mexico. Her mother is from Mexico, and her father is from India. So there's a
Okay.
interesting, and she's lived in France. She's has lived in Hawaii. She has lived in many places around the world. So
Wow.
yeah, there's a lot of immigration and forced migration.
Yes, and that is a very crucial difference to make, because I know that sometimes we tend to say, in an attempt, a genuine and a beautiful attempt to sympathize with and empathize with people who are currently experiencing, forced migration, saying, well, we're all immigrants, we were all immigrants at one point. And it's like, yeah, in a way, sometimes yes, but there is a big difference between immigration and forced migration. And
Yes, yes.
that's
So it's
important to
pretty
think about.
exciting. We're going to be singing with more than 7 countries, because we have
That's
7
incredible.
countries that the people are from, plus the places where they live.
Yes,
It's,
global voices indeed.
yes. So yeah, thanks to everyone for your wonderful comments in the chat, and for singing in trilingual singing today, everyone. And we'll be doing even more multilingual singing in the week to come. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes. And before we say goodbye, if you would like to, I noticed that you do have your friend Carlos in the room here. If he would like to pop up to say hello, he's more than welcome. We can unmute him.
Where is he?
Where is he indeed? I saw him on the way in.
Yes, he was here, and then he said someone came to the door.
No, but I'm
Oh,
here.
no, there he is.
Yeah. I should tell the true story of the song. I mean, okay,
We do.
we know we go way back with Elise. I mean, I used to have long hair and everything, so that long ago. But I think that it's totally fair to say that Elise already knew a lot about new songs and Nueva Canción, because when we met, the reason why we became friends was because she was singing songs for Nicaragua, where she has been touring with her band, and I knew up to that point all the lyrics for all the Johnny Mitchell songs. So I think we both thought, okay, that's really weird about each other, and that's the beginning of a beautiful friendship. So occasionally I give her songs, but she makes me a better person. So I'm the winner on it.
Thank you, Carlos. And I'm sorry, but I'm also going to have to say something about you as well.
Oh,
You're looking behind him, and all you see is a window. But if you were to see the other side of the room, I'm not sure exactly where. Carlos has about 7 billion CDs, all in alphabetical order. He listens to them in alphabetical order over time, and he knows like all about all of the artists. And he I don't know if he actually has a radio show, but if he doesn't, he should have one, because every day he sends out information about a song. Or you want to say a little bit more about that, because it's quite.
the whole thing started with the pandemic. I mean, basically, I decided, okay, people, open their mailboxes to read horror stories, and I thought, okay, that's not a good way to start the day. And so what I decided to do was what I ended up calling One Day, One Song. So basically, I send one song. I mean, the only rule I impose on myself is that, okay, they're going to be in Spanish or from Spanish-speaking countries, because, well, me. Um, and I provide some little background or explanation, or some sort of a cultural tidbit to the song. And so people who send me their emails, I put it on the list, and they get that thing on their mail. Been doing this for now 600 days or something like that. So
Yeah, and there's somebody in the chat wants to know how they can get on your list. So
if
can you just put your email into the chat, and then
put an email into the chat. I'll add you to the list, and I mean, you'll get the stuff in Spanish though, so you get to practice one of your 7 languages. But that'll be okay.
And let's just say, as someone on the list, it's way more than just a song, just about the song. He sends amazing, like, cultural and historical information about the song, and different people who have sung it, and it's quite an education.
It's all made up.
this is a community of people who love learning. So that sounds like it's going to be right up a lot of people's alley. And Carlos, where are you zooming in from today?
In Washington D.C. Even though I have a
Awesome.
Nepali flag on my back.
Yes, somebody noticed your,
Yeah.
your
A student of mine gave it to me. I always say that it's one of my favorite flags because it decided to be a shape of its own. And it's like, why have to be rectangular? This is the way we're gonna go. So yeah.
Carlos is a professor at where are you teaching?
Currently, I'm teaching at North Virginia Community College in Alexandria.
Wow.
I used to work at University of Maryland, but since 2004, I'm working at Nova. So it's really interesting.
Poet.
Sorry. What?
He's a wonderful poet.
Oh, a poet.
Ooh.
You.
Nah. Slightly above average, I would say, maybe. But I'm flattered, so thank you.
Well, I'm Northern Virginia, born and raised. So my mom actually went to Nova.
Okay.
So there you go.
Wow.
More connections.
Okay. I hope she wasn't a student of mine.
She was not. She's probably older than you.
Okay. That seems hard to believe, but okay, fine.
Well, this was so wonderful to get to talk with you, to get to meet you. We're going to send one of your emails or a Carlos song to our whole email list so that everybody can get a little taste of it, and that will be a super fun way to
if you don't mind, okay, so I'm putting my email here.
Great.
So if anyone wants to be added, send an email over there that says add me to the list. That would be the easiest thing.
Fantastic.
And
that's going to be amazing.
okay.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We
Hey,
always
anytime.
love to expand our community, and this is just fantastic. So, Elise, before we end for the day, do you think that you could give us either just one of the choruses? It could be the peace round. It could be just a little bit of Cambia, Todo Cambia.
You
Up
choose.
to you. Me choose?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's too much pressure. Let's do the round so that you don't have to get Mick back in here with the instruments.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Good. Oh, what a lovely thing if the children of the earth could live together in peace. Qué lindo sería si los niños de la tierra pudieran vivir en paz.
Thank you so much, Elise, and thank you, Carlos, special guest star. And we are so looking forward to to singing with you and with all of your amazing friends in the coming week. And we're looking forward to whatever the Daily Antidote has next for us tomorrow, the last day of our immigration week. Although I have a feeling our Global Voices week and our immigration week will sort of, come together. All right, so now I think that it is time to say goodbye to all of us here. It's time to go about our day, do whatever it is we have to do. If you scroll up, Deborah, I do believe Carlos's email is a little bit higher up in the chat. There you go. All right, so first things first, of course, we have to say goodbye to all of our friends out there on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining us today and every day. You are amazing, and we hope that you'll join us again tomorrow. We love you. Mwah. Bye.